Kevin, welcome to Star Wars Episode 9 Title Watch.
I feel like we already did this bit.
It's an ongoing segment. Episode. Welcome, everyone, to this official Star Wars podcast that is definitely official in how much we want, collectively, the title to come out. What are your thoughts, Kevin?
When you say official,
yes,
this implies to me that like there's some amount of sponsorship involved.
Yeah, Lucasfilm sponsors us.
I feel like that's being withheld from me. And I'm specifically upset of the monetary withholding. And if this is what drives Trailer Hitch apart, I'm going to be really bummed.
Lucasfilm told me that it's in the mail and not to worry about it. So that's for both of us.
That's what people say when they're fucking you out of money, James.
Well, to answer everyone's questions, to get right to the heart of it, there's still no title for episode 9. Okay,
yeah, no, I'm aware. How would you feel if I started every episode with, what's Tom Waits' new album title going to be?
Who's Tom Waits?
We both know who Tom Waits is. Tom Waits is the Star Wars of music, my man.
For you. It was a sort of understandable reference. I gotcha.
It was mildly intelligible, and that's all we shoot for here.
It's a low bar.
You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Grab a seat, pour yourselves some whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these future releases by the movie trailers. We're Trailer Hitch. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're Trailer Hitch.
Welcome to Trailer Hitch.
Welcome to Trailer Hitch, everyone.
I am Kevin.
And I am Luke Skywalker. James. I'm James.
So, Trailer Hitch comes in many forms.
Yeah.
Tonight you are going to hear James let go of his desire to hear about an Episode 9 title. 2, you are going to hear stuff about movie trailers.
Oh, that's a big one, yeah.
Specifically, we are ranking and rating movie trailers.
We always do that every episode.
And we rate them on the scale, same scale. Yeah, unless we get derailed by something.
Yeah.
What could possibly do that? We rate them on a scale of need to see more, or never need to see. If James and I both like a trailer, we give it a need to see rating, we celebrate, we see that movie, report back to you guys in a segment called Trailer in the Review, in which we review the trailer and the movie in retrospect.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But every once in a while, we come back to those trailers.
Every once in a while, yeah, man.
We do.
Yeah.
So we have kind of a special episode for you guys that just kind of dives right in to trailers that we have already reviewed from previous episodes.
Indeed.
There was a lot of second/third trailers for movies that came out in the past couple weeks. And I just thought it would be a fun change of pace for our episode format to focus on stuff that we've already talked about on the show.
The main drag gets a lot of time and attention on Trailer Hitch.
It really does.
Gotta just give it some space to breathe.
And
make main drag want us.
That's exactly right. And it's not to say there isn't any brand new first trailers that came out in the couple weeks. There has been. But you know what? It's our show, and this seemed like an exciting idea to me. So there you go.
Instead, yes,
we're recycling.
We will be recycling, which... Thank you, environment.
Yeah.
We're doing everything we can here on Trailer Edge.
So we are calling this episode the episode of Too Many Tune-Ups.
This is the new Green Deal right here. This is us trying to save the world.
I will not veto that, for sure.
But before we save the world,
absolutely,
we have to do other things first.
Yeah.
Gotta warm up to it.
Yeah.
Take out a few goons, as it were.
Is that like a segue into one of our teasers that we're going to be talking about?
We are going to be talking about goons. We're going to be talking about lowlifes, thugs, criminals, because... we are going into the teaser trailer showroom. We look at teasers as trailers that are inherently need to see more. So we are going to go into the teaser trailer showroom and take a look at The Irishman.
I heard you paint houses.
Yes, I do.
So, first of all, I am excited for this movie. This served as like the official like announcement that this is coming.
This is
officially
the Avengers Endgame of mob movies. Really? I mean, it's
the
like
accumulation of every gangster actor in the biz.
Yep.
With all the gangster directors, the one,
the big one,
the Martin Scorsese. But right now, let's focus on the actual teaser. So obviously it's a mob movie.
Yeah.
Why obviously? You might ask. One might ask. And it's because of the cast that was announced. Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino? Question mark?
He is in it.
That's what I thought.
Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel, for sure. The only ones we're missing are, like, from The Departed. Throwing, like, a Jack Nicholson.
Sure.
And maybe, like, a Leo DiCaprio in there. You got yourself a who's who of Scorsese favorites. But that's kind of the obvious tip of the hat of why The Irishman was going to be a mobster movie.
Yeah. Well, and the dialogue that plays out over the images, which we will get to the images in a second.
That's right.
Dialogue playing is So You Paint Houses, which is colloquially known as code for So You're a Hitman. And you hear someone reply, yes, I do that.
Mostly red houses.
You get it. You
blo-
get
it-
the code.
It's blood.
It's
blood.
really not that hard to decode.
Blood. Okay.
But
all right, yeah. When they're
deserves
painting
some-
blue houses, you know the hitman's a little depressed, and you just want to give him some time. Have him go on vacay. Let's get back to the red houses, please, so we can start making green houses.
There you go. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So that is our cue that this is a mob movie. Now,
Yeah.
in terms of these images, what we get is a bullet casing.
Right after it's been fired, you don't see a gun in this teaser.
Nope. Yeah.
It's just the casing tumbling over itself in slow motion.
Yep, black background.
Animated, right? This has to be
Is it?
CGI.
Holy
Is it ever?
shit.
This is like if Pixar did bullet casings, this baby would be the poster child of it.
I would say this is the Will Smith genie of bullet
Ooh.
casings. It does not look great.
Burn.
Yeah, man.
Damn. We have ourselves an animated bullet casing tumbling in slow motion. What is it tumbling through, Kevin?
The names of the actors.
The names of
And
the
so,
actors.
yeah, if we have Harvey Keitel, the I in his surname is the bullet casing.
Yep.
And then we fall and so on and
De
so
Niro,
forth.
I, bullet casing. Pacino,
Al.
I.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like Al. Okay, that's going to be the Al.
Yeah, it was lucky that every one of these actors
No
had
shit,
an I or
right?
an L in their name.
Maybe that was an excuse to not have like Jack Nicholson and Leonardo DiCaprio, but no, they all got
They
them.
both have I's in their name.
Makes sense why Matt Damon isn't involved.
Yeah, if you can't fit a bullet casing in your name, what are you even doing here? Get out. So that's the teaser.
Yeah.
Right?
We offhand mentioned that the Ghostbusters 3 trailer was basically a moving poster.
Yes.
That is what I would qualify The Irishman.
Yeah, that's the whole teaser, though. And it ends with the title card, The Irishman.
Mm-hmm.
Concept-wise, this was, I think, on paper, that's a cool concept.
Yeah.
If you actually could have shot that practically, I think it would have been cooler. The obvious, just animated bullet casing, it was very distracting. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. It was fun to watch,
It
though.
added a layer of cheese where this was like a salad. And I'm not talking like you sprinkled
No, I
like
gotcha.
cut cheese.
Yeah.
Like you just took like a slice of American and just like...
Yeah. Anyway, that's a teaser that we
that.
teased.
Thankfully, we did get another teaser that had a bit more going on
More so,
visually.
more even to the fact where I thought for a second, oh, this might had to be full review, but no, it's marketed as a teaser. So into the showroom it goes.
Goddamn right. Put on some shorts, grab a drink, because this is Midsommar.
It's like a crazy 9-day festival.
You're gonna love it.
Wow. Well,
I kind of want your reaction because you had such a primal and like
Yeah.
terrified reaction
Well,
to Hereditary. Where are
to-
you coming from here?
well,
Because it should be noted that Midsommar is written and directed by the filmmaker who
exactly.
did Hereditary.
Yeah, so wonderfully crafted film.
Yes.
It was. Can't talk enough about how it's not for me. It was very upsetting. It's supposed to be, but that wasn't enjoyable for me.
Sure. I love this shit.
Hereditary we're talking
Yeah,
about. But it was such a well-crafted film that I am very drawn to at least watching the trailers for what's coming next from this filmmaker. Teaser had a lot going for it. I mean, there's a lot in there. A lot of mystery, a lot of craziness and creepiness, a lot of bright colors, it's very bright.
And
Yeah.
I think that was something that I definitely pulled from this. It definitely strayed away from traditional horror movie color palettes, a lot of blacks and your blues, and if it's a torture porn, your greens, like that sort of stuff. And yeah, no, this largely is shot as exteriors, a lot of whites,
Yellows,
off
greens. Yeah. I was really into this teaser, actually.
Yeah,
and
me too.
once the title card came up, like from the makers of Hereditary, I went, oh, okay. Not really. I did give this a fair shake, and I thought it was an effective horror teaser. I was enthralled. I thought it was a good hook. It's just like, hey, we're going to Coachella, essentially, but only like the once every 90 years Coachella.
The folksy.
The one the kids are talking about.
Well, and to provide some context, if you are listening and wondering, oh, where would the filmmaker of Hereditary go after this really terrifying family drama?
Yeah.
What could be scarier than that? And the answer is Swedes. It's very Swedish. It's a lot of blonde hair, blue-eyed folk.
Flower crowns,
the entire lake.
I don't know if that's a Swedish thing, but I'm very uncultured. It could be.
Sorry, Sweden.
Yeah. This was interesting. How did it start off? Like we said, it's a festival that they want to go to. I think right away our main character is like, I don't know if I really should have signed up for this without doing more research.
Where's the Burning Man?
Yeah. Where's all the Molly?
Where's Beyonce?
Yeah. But you get a real creepy vibe right when they arrive.
Yeah.
And then it starts to get into trippy stuff. It goes from creepy to trippy real quick. Chidi from A Good Place is in it. Brought a smile to my face. I'm like, oh, good. There's going to be some good in this. And then it ends on a very interesting note with voiceover saying, "You'll love it." Will I? I don't know. We'll find out.
Obviously, we're not giving this a rating because it's a teaser.
We are not, correct.
If Midsommar came out with a trailer and you enjoyed it, would you give it a need to see?
If I enjoyed the trailer?
Yeah.
Yes. That's how I'm a professional.
I know you're a professional, but at the same time, it's like, this is the most tepid I like it ever. It's just like, oh, this was really good and really effective, but fuck that. This is great, but fuck that.
It was very adamant about reminding me that it's the makers of Hereditary. And I'm like, why don't you just let it be on its own merit? And I think I might enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah. And bear in mind, I think that is true for most trailers.
Anyway, so the teaser ends with our A character looking through a peephole,
and you just hear
noises of what kind of variety? Unsure.
We don't know,
and
it rules.
Sounds like a torture orgy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's
visually
that's
incredibly engaging.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I would
absolutely.
say that's what this teaser is.
Paced really well. It's a really well done teaser. So there you go. Let's move on, because this is the episode of Too Many Tune-Ups.
Let's move on. I'm sick of these no Molly murdering Swedes. Let's get over to the tune-up section of this episode.
It's the episode of Too Many Tune-Ups. We're implying we got a lot of them, so we got to bust through them. Absolutely. So what's our first one?
This is a pretty bewitching, you might say chaotic trailer. This is The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
I am Don Quixote de la Mancha.
And cut right there. Good work. Now he actually believes he's Don Quixote.
This is going to be fun.
Don Quixote de la Mancha.
Come to restore the lost age of chivalry.
Well, I wrote that.
Blasphemer!
Yo, you know your production is real bucked when even in the trailer it's like, oh my god, this has taken 25 years to make.
So this is The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. We've talked on past episodes about the troubled past of this production. But bottom line, 25 years in the making. So we finally got a trailer a year ago.
Yep.
This is crazy.
Literally to the point where I forgot about the movie.
Unprecedented that we are doing our follow-up tune-up trailer a year later from the first one. But here we are.
I don't think I would believe this movie was released unless I was sitting in a theater. And I think even then, if I was in that theater...
You might think it's a dream.
No, it would just go up in flames like Inglourious Basterds. There would be something that would happen where it just would never be able to be shown.
Okay, I don't really remember much about that first trailer. It was a year ago. I do remember that I enjoyed a lot of it, but it also was a little confusing. Is this a man out of time?
It definitely gave the impression that Adam Driver had just stumbled into the past.
That's what, or Don Quixote stumbled into the present.
And we specifically noted, wait, there's a car over there.
Yes, that's right. We did.
We had like a few instances where we weren't quite sure what period it was setting, and we ended up acknowledging that it was probably deliberately nebulous.
And no longer deliberately nebulous are they remaining it to be. Keeping it with this second trailer.
The answer is we got answers.
We have answers.
Yeah.
And so the answer is a film about the legendary Don Quixote is being made in present day.
Correct.
Adam Driver is the director. Mm-hmm. He does have a producer who is clearly the main boss of this picture, who he is charged with helping out, keeping an eye on the producer's wife, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he
does a thorough job.
He handles it with the tenacity of a celebrity director who's hot in his prime, shall we say. He sleeps with her.
Yep.
And then runs away once confronted. Like a true man.
Damn
straight. Like a true chivalrous hero.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Pryce it seems to be an actor.
Especially in those opening
scenes. But then a shift happens, and he seemingly gets so method with it that he is unable to distinguish reality from the character he's playing.
Yeah, and now he views the director as Poncho.
His Poncho. And then we get into familiar territory of that first trailer. At the end of the day, this trailer makes a hell of a lot more sense than that first one. Gives us a lot more bearings as to what's going on. Plus, there was a lot of fun in it, too. There was some recycled jokes where you don't read. You're the peasants.
Yeah.
I read, and you can look at the pictures.
Yeah,
what did you think?
It's definitely far more coherent, because that first trailer is definitely trying to sell you on the mania. And the mania being the visual mania, and also, holy fuck, it's actually going to come out!
Yeah.
Like, just that giddiness definitely comes through in that first trailer.
Absolutely.
And I would say that giddiness comes through in this trailer too, but now it is significantly more focused.
I think maybe the fact that it grounds you in reality at the beginning maybe just makes me, it makes
it stick out a little bit.
Yeah, and it makes me feel like it's more realistic. But so, Kevin,
yes,
it's the episode of Too Many Tune-Ups, so
correct.
Therefore
too many.
We got to talk about what we gave these previously and then what we're giving them now.
That's true, yes. All right, so last time you gave this a need to see more and I gave it a need to see.
Yeah.
So I will give this a need to see again.
You still. Yeah,
yes.
Still
now,
remains.
James, last time you gave this a need to see more. Where are you at now?
I think the reason I gave it a need to see more previously is because the lack of context was something that I desired. And I think this one delivered. At the same time, though, it did.
There was a but.
There is a but. It did what I asked it to do, but I'm still. It's still not like really blowing me away. And there's nothing about this trailer that makes me really like I gotta go and see that movie. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving this a need to see more still. But okay. I think I'm high. It's definitely higher than that first trailer, though.
Sure.
So there you go.
There you go.
There you go. That's my catchphrase. There you go.
Okay. Cool. Well, we got a new case to solve now. Thankfully, we have Pokemon Detective Pikachu to help us out here.
Kevin and James are on the case.
So you're a talking Pikachu with no memories who's addicted to caffeine.
I could stop whenever I want. These are just choices. Another round, extra shot, black as night. Thank you, sweetie.
No, I don't need a Pokemon.
What about a world-class detective? That's a twist. That's very twisty.
All right, so we took a pika at this new Pokemon trailer and walked away. I feel like this second trailer is definitely trying to sell you on there are Pokemon in it.
There is quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
This one definitely, it starts straight out with Pikachu, Ryan Reynolds Pikachu.
And what I like is that first trailer starts with the kid.
The live action actor.
His perspective. We are now getting a second trailer that's from our second quote-unquote main character, Pikachu, where we start from his perspective.
Mm-hmm. It's very much going to be a buddy cop movie, but with Pokemon.
Yeah.
So Pikachu stepping into a Pokemon fighting ring with a Charizard, which, come on, if we all no Pokemon, unless that Pikachu's like a level like 50, that Charizard's gonna take him, man. Charizard is just badass, man. Intimidation factor.
Yeah.
Like, look, Pikachu trying to psych himself up in the corner. You see Charizard, and it's just like game over.
Charizard's just looking down, and it's not even a Raichu. Take a chomp,
Yeah, take a chomp out of crime.
In retrospect, that first Pokemon trailer, it is more focused from the human's perspective. A lot of the situations and conflicts tend to derive from more human things. Or when it does involve Pokemon, it is more so how do we try and convince him versus like, how can we beat him in a Pokemon battle? You know what I mean? And now this one is very much focused on the Pokemon's perspective.
Yeah, and also the first trailer spent a lot of time on that whole, the live action character can understand him. This trailer, that was an afterthought. It's like, okay, people know that. Let's focus on other stuff
Which
now,
I think
which
is for
I
the best.
appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. In a follow-up trailer, don't just retread the same ground over and over again. The button at the end of the trailer was weaker than the first one. They both involved Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
The first one was better though. It felt more like an interrogation scene, which seemed funnier.
I mean, if we're talking about retreading, even though it's a different scene, it is retreading.
Oh, it's a retread
that way.
for sure. Yeah, you get docked for that. Especially when it's a weaker scene.
Yeah.
It's a weaker joke. It's him falling down and Pikachu saying, "Oh no, he's having a motorcycle accident or something
he's got
like
a
that."
helmet.
And I was just like, okay. There were things I was interested in this trailer. All the Pokemon stuff is very interesting to me. I kind of like seeing them halfway hyper-realized into realistic life.
I really like the touch where Pikachu is trying to get an idea for how to break this case, and every time he turns, he whacks his buddy in the face with his tail. I thought that was really cute and fun.
And on top of that, his caffeine addiction.
Yeah,
that was actually pretty great too in this trailer. I did like that. I can stop at any point I want to. And look, addiction isn't funny. It's not something we should joke about. But at the same time,
when it's a Pikachu,
they poked fun at it. What am I supposed to do? Not laugh? I thought it was funny. Anyway, what did we give this one previously?
We gave this, both of us, a need to see.
How do you feel about this one?
A really high need to see more, probably?
I am so much in the same boat.
Yeah.
That's nuts, right?
Yeah, it is nuts.
There was good stuff in this trailer.
I think something that we were missing in this is what the actual mystery is, which is finding this kid's father.
His dad,
And it does get brought up in this trailer.
Yeah.
But it's very much an afterthought to the Pokemon. And granted, yes, this is from the Pokemon's perspective. And with the arc they're building of, look at all these Pokemon, I can understand the choice to end with Mewtwo. But at the same time...
I totally forgot about Mewtwo. I'm like...
It's cool, but at the same time, it's like I see this reveal for Mewtwo, and I step back and I go, what does this have to do with that guy's dad?
It was very hand-wavy.
Yeah.
It was very magician, look over here, look over here.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. I'm in the same boat, man. I'm dropping this to a need to see more. In true tune-up fashion, the reason we came up with this segment in the first place, this shit can change.
It can change. I mean, ideally, it changes for the better.
For the better, right?
All right, cool.
All right, moving on.
You know, with Midsommar, Man Who Killed Don Quixote, Pokemon specifically...
It's so bright. It's too bright, right?
I would say it's too bright. I say we burn this all to the ground, let something rise from the ashes, but let's make it dark.
Why did you make me do that?
Look at me. I'm not giving up on you, Jean.
She was my friend.
You're my family, Jean, no matter what.
Stop.
Are we talking about Arizona at midnight? No, we're talking about Dark Phoenix.
Dark
baby.
Phoenix, here we go.
So, the last trailer was definitely sad and so grim.
Yep.
Yeah, we had...
Darkness, no parents.
It was very darkness, no parents.
Yep.
We had a cock rock rendition of a song.
We did.
What
was the song?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember. It was probably a Coldplay.
Dude who sang like this. yeah. It was.
We don't have that kind of song this time.
No,
pretty much traditional.
Here's the fucked up thing.
Yes.
I think this is a significantly better handled trailer.
Yeah, I think that last one kind of left a lot to be desired. And the way this one is it throws you right in.
Mm-hmm. Immediately throws you into Jean Grey, incredibly contrite and panicking. because her buddy Mystique is like, "Come here, bud. I can see you're blue, and I'm blue too. You don't have to be alone." And Mystique tries to touch her, and whoosh, like Mystique blasts off into the sky. Now, initially, I was looking at this and was like, I definitely am landing with these emotional beats. I'm enjoying those. From the perspective of the practical, it's like, I mean, if you're an X-Man or X-Woman, you get thrown around a lot. I wouldn't ascertain this to be a big deal yet.
I have seen worse than what just happened to Mystique just now. So she's probably fine, right, Kevin?
She's probably.
Just kidding, she's probably dead. Considering the next shot of the trailer, which is very spoilery, but I guess they're okay with that. Cut to funeral. Coffin being lowered into the ground. Okay, well, this was one of your main draws and actors of this entire franchise.
Yeah.
And you're letting us know in the trailer that she dies. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them. And then after that, it's Jean Grey kind of just focusing. She meets Jessica Chastain, telling her she's got power that no one else would be able to handle.
Yeah.
We get a little bit more from Professor Xavier, too. And trying to handle...
He seems panicked.
Trying to handle...
He just straight up comes out and says, I don't know what to do
the
here.
enigma of Jean Grey. Yeah, that is... Yeah,
I
don't know what to do.
I have access to every conscious on the planet, and I pulled the audience, guys.
Yeah.
There is no good recourse here.
Yeah, this is all my fault, and we're all gonna die.
You see Jean Grey bullying Magneto. He just crushing him in a stupid helmet.
He's got his helmet, and he can control metal.
Yeah,
and that helmet is metal, so you know he is mentally.
He's trying to push back,
pushing his defenses out while she is trying to crush him.
That
is a chess match for the ages.
It is the superhero equivalent of why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? But I will say that there are some action beats in here that I think do look really cool. I think the stuff that we get with Jean Grey does look good when we see her flip shit. The shot with Magneto where he's pulling all the guns off the rack.
Oh, that was cool.
Mass blasting.
And all the bullets just dropping to the ground, right?
Looks dope as hell.
Yeah.
Now the question that I have for you is, does that action balance the darkness no parents enough for you?
I don't know. I feel like Marvel does a good job usually of balancing dark and humor. Not so much with Avengers Endgame. Anyway, Charles Xavier's turtleneck was pretty funny.
I can draw humor from Magneto's helmet crushing himself. I don't think I'm supposed to.
Yeah. I think this is a pretty decent trailer. I'm impressed with it.
Yeah.
I'm an X-Men apologist, and I've enjoyed this franchise through and through. The last one was rough. I enjoyed it, but after
was that Apocalypse?
Apocalypse, yeah.
Oh.
I enjoyed it in the moment, but after a couple weeks, I was just kind of that was not
forgettable.
so. Yeah, it was pretty forgettable. So it's exciting to me to see the trailers for this doing good trailers, good marketing. At the same time, I feel like it's missing something. It's mostly just darkness, no parents for me. There's some cool action beats in there, like the helmet, like the guns. It ends on the train, her lifting a train off the tracks and just floating in a blaze of fire around it. So this definitely elevated the excitement for me. I think I'm still hovering at a need to see more for this, though.
I'm definitely upgrading to a need to see more.
That's okay, because you were never need to see it.
I was very never with that first trailer. Yeah, I am.
This is pretty well done, right? It's a well-made trailer.
The action was so close to balancing the darkness no parents for me. And here we actually get some emotional stakes. And so, that does.
We get some acting.
Credence. We get action too. We get some really great shots in there. That said, I wouldn't quite say that this combination goes down like chocolate and peanut butter. I would say that this is like milk chocolate and dark chocolate. It's cool, chocolate. And you have a bite, and then it's oh, I guess I'm having more chocolate. That's good, I guess. Could have went for some peanut butter, though. And what that peanut butter could have been, maybe it could have been a little bit of levity, but right now it's like the action and how it's presented and the emotional conflict, it all kind of seems to be blending into kind of a monotone tone.
No, I get you. I totally agree with you. So, Kevin, what's next?
It's a good thing you asked, James. This isn't really an easy one.
I got something.
Okay.
Shazam!
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
His name is Captain Sparklefingers.
No, it's not. That's not my name. Dude, did you see that?
You electrocuted a bus and almost killed these people.
And then I caught it.
What was the song that was in this trailer?
Hi, my name is
it was
James, and I don't know the song.
No, it was before that.
What?
We might have to watch it again and Shazam it. This is Shazam.
What? My brain never
Took me a second, but I got there. Don't you worry about it.
Well done, sir.
All right, so this is Shazam. Now, we did not officially rate this. This came up in the Comic-Con episode.
Eagle Ear listeners will know we never actually gave this an official rating.
Do eagles have ears? We've said that a lot on the show.
You know what?
I don't think we bothered to look up the anatomy of an eagle.
Slogan patent pending for Trailer Hitch. Eagle Ear listeners.
Yeah.
So we ranked this as part of our Comic-Con episode. Let's talk a little bit about that first trailer. The first trailer had a lot of setup for the 15-year-old boy, Billy Batson.
It was the origin story of trailers.
Absolutely. And
now this is the in medias res trailer where the majority of this is him as a superhero.
You don't get all the background. You get what's necessary.
Yeah.
He's a kid. He gets special powers from a wizard. And he's going to try and use those powers for good.
Yeah.
Try is the key word there. And that's the whole point and fun of this follow-up trailer.
Correct.
I think. So let's start talking about it. Instantly, we dive into him talking with his buddy and figuring out his powers. Throwing stuff, figuring stuff out, electricity, blah, blah, blah. Going to the liquor store, because that's a superpower. Being able to buy alcohol.
Being able to buy beer as a...
Your finest alcohol, please. I laughed at this trailer more than any DC trailer probably in history. And like belly laughs. Like I'm excited. Like I enjoy myself during this. A fun one.
I had so much fun with this too. Yeah. I mean, there are a few, I think, like easy and juvenile jokes, but at the same time, it makes sense because your main character is 15.
You get a pass, I guess, because you're 15. Yeah.
It just rings true of a 15-year-old who's trying to figure out his identity, but now he's doing that as a perceivably adult superhero.
Yeah. I mean,
with a villain
he's
right there.
He's got a villain. It's Mark Strong. You can't ask for a better villain.
He's the quintessential villain in comic book movies, yes. Yeah, and I feel like if there's anything about this trailer I would have liked more, I think the handful of action shots we get aren't necessarily anything special.
No, not at all. We've seen them before.
Yeah. But I think with the action that we are given, coupled with the humor, I would say that's the peanut butter to my chocolate, to bring back an earlier metaphor.
It's a great mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good balance.
It definitely, and I think going heavier on the peanut butter humor is exactly what I think this needs. I think if you have a superhero who does have powers pretty similarly to other superheroes that we have seen, especially recently on film, then you may as well just like put all of your chips in the comedy.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's the right call. I think the button is really funny. I think the gag with the bus is really great.
Well, the bus gag feels like a button. It could have been a button. Like, did you see what I just did? Yeah, you almost killed all those people on the bus. And it's like, yeah, but then I caught it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, let's focus on that awesome aspect.
And just because it speaks to the heart of a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Just like, I fucked up.
Look at the
look
now.
At what I did,
look
though.
at the now.
Yeah.
And then you're right, the button of him leaping a building in a single bound. Well, not that high of a building.
Yeah.
And just like crashes through
right
halfway. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I really liked this one. I know we didn't give the first one a rating, but this would have upped it or stayed the same at a need to see it for me.
I would have either upped it or raised it to a need to see.
Hey, we got ourselves a double need to see on this.
I'm a need to see. That's the important thing.
That's
the important thing.
We're on the same page, Kevin. It's fine. Speaking of same page, does that work as a segue?
For
Let's Hellboy? Find out. No, it doesn't.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Out there's a 5th century sorceress who wants to bring down the curtain on London and the world.
Great. Homework.
We belong together, you and I.
We do, but this is not gonna work, because I'm a Capricorn and you're fucking nuts!
Boy, oh, Hellboy. This is another trailer. So the first one we didn't even bring up on the show. I think
right. So
this
Shazam was the first time we broke the rules of our tune-up. This is the time we're really breaking the rules. Because we never even talked about the first trailer.
Well, we can amend that right now. Just like that first Hellboy tease.
Yes.
What we should do, let's confine our review of that to 1 syllable, and then we'll give a rating, okay?
I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, here I go. Never need to see.
Need to see more.
Okay, cool. Now that we're caught up, this is the second Hellboy trailer.
I did like the music cue in that first trailer. It was, there she come down and
it felt like it was really trying
forced.
to... I feel like we're doing a Guardians of the Galaxy thing right now.
It did feel that way.
I don't think it was as earned.
But that was one of my highlights from that first one, which is
Sure.
what elevated it, I think, to an eh. But it was, for me, it was mostly not Ron Perlman, sorry, that's the old Hellboy. David Arbor, like, just mumbling through prosthetics. Because I've heard him speak. Mm-hmm. We've all seen Stranger Things. Don't lie, listener. I know you've seen Stranger Things. He is an articulate human being.
Sure
I've
is.
heard him. It just sounds like he's struggling with speaking through these prosthetics.
That prosthetic, yeah, it's got to be wrapped right around his chin, and you just can't completely move it up or down.
Did they, like, make the roof of his mouth, like, 1 millimeter, like, lower, and it's just throwing off everything? Anyway, let's talk about this one, though. So
I think the big draw for this was that it was a Red Band trailer. I think that's what kind of got people geeked, because...
I think it helped.
Hellboys 1 and 2, directed by the one and only Guillermo del Toro. Those are PG-13, and I think fans of the comic were a bit more excited to see an R-rated Hellboy movie and trailer, because that fits a bit more closely with the original comic. And right now, I don't really think it's being put to effective use yet, because it's mostly just... I got the word fuck and some gore, and that was really about it.
Sure.
I don't necessarily think that there was anything in those R-rated shots that really necessitated or like really helped to drive like the story or the character.
No, this could have been a Green Band trailer. You remove that 1 fuck or 2 fucks.
Yeah, you cut out the dude getting crushed by the monster
and this trailer wouldn't have been any better or worse without those things. So I think you got to lean into it more when you're going Red Band trailer, and I don't think this one did it. This is a really mostly forgettable trailer. I'm struggling right now even to remember like specific things about it that differentiated it from that first trailer.
I think the thing that stuck out to me with this trailer is whatever city they're in gets like fucking leveled. These monsters are attacking broad daylight and everything is fucked. And it just seems like everything is jumping from 0 to 90 really fast, which I think can work if that is the style and tone of your piece. But this just kind of feels like it's a bit too all over the map. It's kind of playing it all like, yeah, these are the traditional superhero movie beats, but like the stakes are completely fucking wacky right now. It's just not gelling for me for some reason.
We do get a hint of his origin. His like brought from the depths of hell from the Nazis to serve their purpose is essentially the origin of Hellboy. And then he was essentially commandeered by the good guys and was like, oh no, we can use him for good.
Yeah.
Like, that would be nice. Yeah, there's some stuff in there. Mostly though, I don't know. This is the first one was a need to see more for me. Mm-hmm. This one is real lucky to stay at a need to see more, which I am keeping it at, but
damn right,
counting its lucky horns there to stay at a need to see more. Yeah,
I will upgrade this from an never need to see to a never need to see.
Okay,
like this is marginally better. It's not like it's particularly like clever, but this will never work. You're a Sagittarius, or I'm a Sagittarius, and you're
a Capricorn or something. You're fucking nuts, right?
Yeah,
I do like.
It's warmer. You know what I mean?
It's a clunky line though. It probably looked great on paper, but saying it out loud, it's kind of long-winded. I do like Mila Jovovich.
Sure.
Jovovich?
I think it's Mia.
I really like her as an actress, and she looks like she's real hamming it up here, which I do appreciate in a villain. That's all I got for this one, Kevin.
All right, cool.
Let's move it along. We got tune-ups to do here.
Yeah, totally, man. We gotta use language effectively, and if we can't use it effectively, we'll just have to create a new language and review Tolkien with it.
Well done, sir.
You invented an entire language?
Yes. I made stories. Legends.
It's about magic beyond anything anyone has ever felt before. What it means to love. To be loved. A fellowship.
Do you know any Elvish?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
You don't?
No, not really.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
That's not...
Crying all the time.
Hang on.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
We're supposed to be reviewing Tolkien. Right now you're asking where the bathroom is. That's not the language.
I didn't ask where the bathroom was.
Yeah,
I'm singing Elvish.
No.
Elvish, right?
No,
Elvish
that is
Presley?
Elvish. You are asking me where the bathroom is in Elvish, yes. It's a common mistake. It's a tricky language. Don't feel bad. But enough about Elvish. Let's get into Tolkien.
Okay.
Give me your thoughts here.
So eagle-eared listeners, our favorite catchphrase, will know that we last reviewed the first Tolkien trailer just our last episode.
Yes.
In our Hitchhikers segment.
Correct.
I liked it. I think it leaned really heavy on just like, this is Lord of the Rings, except it's not. But it's Lord of the Rings. You love it, except you might not. But it's Lord of the Rings. So this one, it definitely made itself more of its own identity. It still has ties to his obviously world-famous work. It's about Tolkien wanting to come up with his own language. First of all, nerd alert, am I right? It's like he's coming up with stories just to be able to create his language, which, okay. But he just kind of stumbles across a good story with it, though. And he's trying to woo a woman, and Lily Collins, I believe, is the actress's name.
Maybe.
I might cut that if that's not true.
It's a British lady.
Yeah.
It's a British lady in a biopic. There's a 75% chance it's Lily Collins.
You know what? You've convinced me to leave this in whether I'm right or wrong. Doesn't matter. But he's on a date with her. He's telling her a little bit about himself. He's invented a language. He likes telling stories. She says, tell me a story. And he says, okay, how can I tell her an engaging story while also guaranteeing myself a second date? Because that's the end game, man. And
what do I want? A second date? Maybe over breakfast. The hobbits were having a second breakfast.
She'll love it. I
would have respected this trailer a hell of a lot more if it was just those really stupid, burst of inspiration like that.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh man, traffic is really terrible. Oh, British royalty is here again. Yeah, traffic is bad because of Return of the King. Go all in on it, man. That's what we want.
And pay me. That feels about right. I understand.
That guy's really arrogant about corn. Aragorn.
Oh, dude, just let go of that joke. Legolas. All right, that's enough of that. Anyway,
I don't want it to be the end of that. That's way more fun to me than this trailer.
So he starts
on.
telling a story. It's in vague terms. It's about this. It's about that. It's about fellowship. It's about, and there's shots of him in the war and the brotherhoods he's made in friends growing up. I can see why someone would get a little bit bored with this one. And sorry, I stepped on your toes a little bit. You got bored with this one.
Well, you're right.
Sorry,
so I wasn't going to correct you.
Spoiler alert. Kevin wasn't into this one, ladies and gentlemen. I also thought this one was relatively boring. I want to be into this so much.
No,
because I love Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings.
I think we can say completely that James and I always walk into a trailer rooting for it.
Absolutely. I mean, that can't be true, actually, now that I think about it. I'm sure there's certain things that I'm like, this is going to be stupid.
If I gave Mad Sheila half an iota of doubt before we started watching that shit.
50 Shades Darker. There's no way I gave that a fair shot.
But I would say that, like, I walked into this, regardless of my status as a Lord of the Rings fan or not.
Because you're traditionally not into fantasy stuff.
But that isn't necessarily factoring in, because in my view, hey, this is a biopic about this writer. Yeah. I would agree that this trailer certainly doesn't lean as heavily into the Lord of the Rings aspect. But right now, my feeling is, the reason why you were leaning into it for the first trailer is that's really all
it's
that
the
this
exciting
has going
stuff
for it.
Yeah,
because I feel like a lot of what we're given in this author's life, granted, him going to war, like, fairly interesting, but how is this impacting and shaping him outside of, it made him really think about fellowship, and it gave him a definite sense for what conflict looks like, which obviously leans into how it affected his books. But we don't see it, like, necessarily directly nor indirectly affecting him through his process. Right now, it is, and I think I may have said this in the original review he did, this is kind of feeling like a Wikipedia entry at the moment. The color palette looks great.
It does look good. Oh, yeah, it looks great. It looks
really
good. Visually,
good.
It looks great. It still doesn't hold my attention very long.
Not really, man.
So I initially gave this one a need to see more.
That's correct.
I'm downgrading this one to a never need to see. It had a second shot to really hook me, and it just, like, didn't do much with it. I really want to love this one, but it's not wooing me, if you will.
No second breakfast for you, J.R.R. Tolkien. Because, I mean, I was at a never need to see before, and I will remain there.
Well, double never need to sees for Tolkien. That might be something we have to watch down the line.
God damn. Can I persuade
Remember that.
You? Yeah.
Write it down. Okay, lastly, we have one left, guys. We talked about how we started things off very bright with Midsommar, things with Pokemon. Got very bright, and then we got dark with Dark Phoenix. And now the last trailer of the episode, we're going to combine everything together. And it's going to be the second trailer for Brightburn.
I didn't even have to say anything. You clearly walked in with a plan, and I appreciate it.
Yep. Mom, who am I? You are a gift. We believe that you came here for a reason. I know there is good inside you. I want to do good, Mom. I do.
Future's so bright, you better wear... Actually, it really doesn't matter what you wear, because Superman's
mask?
trying to kill you. Yeah, this is Brightburn. So, alien lands in the middle of a farm in Kansas.
This is straight up a Superman ripoff.
A riff,
if you will.
yes.
A riff. So the first trailer came out actually quite a while ago, I think. I really liked that trailer. It leaned into the Man of Steel vibes real heavy at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then without really much of a explanation other than the dad just being like, he bent the fork. He's just evil all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And in that first trailer, that was kind of enough for me. We kind of commented on how if a being like Superman or like this kid fell to Earth like this, I mean, the odds of him turning out good are really non-existent. I mean, the human race is already pretty shit.
I wouldn't necessarily
I'm
go
a cynic, Kevin.
I know you are. Yeah, I remember the first trailer looking back on it and being like, oh, I kind of wish like I got a little bit more of the emotional conflict.
Yeah.
Like, reconciling the fact that their son is not only a superhero, but a murderer.
And he ruins silverware.
He's ruined silverware.
I just gotta buy new forks every fucking
month.
month.
Actually, retroactively co-op what was your criticism. That first trailer, he does definitely go from zero to murderer really fast.
He really does, yeah.
And this, I feel like the reasons are super petty, but you know
they're
what?
reasons.
They're reasons.
We get in a little bit of an arc for this kid, and it's bullying.
Laying on the ground, gym teacher's like, Mom, pick up that weird kid. And this girl is like, I don't
know.
want to.
He's weird.
And he's like, yeah, I know, but you gotta just help weird people out sometimes.
I'm gonna get fired if you don't, so just do it.
Listen, I'm on your side, but it's my job. As she lowers her hand to pick him up, he grabs her hand and
probably breaks her hand, which is why they're in the principal's office in the next scene.
Yep, girl's mom is screaming, hollering, wants this kid thrown behind bars.
Yep.
Now, I think the interesting thing is I got the implication that the mom who's yelling and hooting and hollering, that was the waitress.
She's the waitress in the cafe. When the boy, Brandon, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Goes full on supervillain at that point. We get context for why he's targeting this waitress in this cafe.
Yeah.
It did feel very random in that first trailer.
Yeah.
And now
it felt
it's
like this is just what we should do because it has horror vibes.
Yeah.
But at least now it's like, okay, this kid is feeling bullied, and what is this 6 or 7 year old going to do? Probably what any kid who's ever been bullied has fantasized. Is like, I'm going to get back at you. But if getting back at you means that you also have like fucking laser vision and superhuman speed at your disposal,
strength,
you're probably going to do that.
Yeah.
You know? Now, him drawing rejected Slipknot album covers is kind of goofy. I think that might be a couple of steps too
something
far.
A kid would do, though.
It is something a kid would do.
I definitely tried like scribbling like symbols of what like my superhero logo would look like as a kid.
Oh, really? Okay.
I definitely have done that. This kid was scribbling and I'm like, oh no, am I a supervillain in the making here?
I felt like it would have come up.
I mean, I'm cynical enough. It could be true.
Certainly. I wasn't necessarily talking about the symbols. I was more so talking when like the mom flips open the book and it's just him on top of a pile of skulls. I was like,
oh, that one.
Slow your roll.
Yeah, okay, got it. I didn't draw that.
Okay, good.
I didn't have the creative prowess to be able to do it, but I tried.
I couldn't quite get the teeth right in the skull. I would always just throw it out.
Yeah.
Ashamed.
Fingers were always my issue as an artist.
Same.
I don't know what to say, man, other than I really like this trailer.
I do really like this trailer, too. I think there are definitely points where it goes a little bit too aggressive in its approach, whether it be kid drawing himself on pile of skulls. It did a decent job, however petty, giving me the context for why he is targeting these people and attacking them. That said, no real idea why he's blowing up a plane.
His dad might have been on it. We don't know.
Maybe. Oh, fuck.
I don't know. It's a trailer.
No, shit. That's a really good point, dude. Because, like, he's clearly covered in suit and being treated as a survivor. So since he was on the plane, 1. 2, you don't see the dad after that point. Yeah.
Just saying. Trailers, man, they can do magic.
Yeah, I will say, though, I really love the siege on the house where the mom is hiding underneath the
cabinet
counter.
thing. Yeah,
as he's just like zipping in and out. Yeah, and cops are getting iced. It's fucking dope.
And I love how the mom just like she's terrified, but still like wants to do the best she can to bring this kid back from the brink.
And especially that little bit at the end where the kid says, I want to be good.
Yeah. This is clearly a movie about a supervillain in the making, but I could see a scenario where the mom eventually gets through to this kid.
I could see that scenario.
And what a weird ending to a movie that would be, but it would be kind of cool.
The movie, I feel, would also then have to be like, but you murdered a below. Like,
well, you have to go to jail.
Yeah.
And jail for you is we're launching you into the sun. But, I mean, I'm glad you reconciled. I'm glad you feel bad.
I'm glad that you've grown as a person. Now get in the canon.
Yeah. Redemption is different than forgiveness, okay? That's a very different thing. Darth Vader got it. You can get it, too. I really like this trailer a lot. And initially, we both gave this a need to see more.
That's correct.
And I'm upping this baby, man. I was there. There was an arc. It didn't go right from like special kid to super villain for no reason. And I liked the effects in it. His eyes glowing was intense.
Yeah.
It was great, man.
I like
him in the mask. Yeah.
Creepy.
It looks like a kid made it, but it still looks like messed up. This is a need to see it for me now. I upped it, baby.
I was at a need to see more. I've also uplisted
You
need
did!
to see.
Cheers, sir. Cheers. Clink,
Ultimately,
clink.
the good outweighs the bad for me. Certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, because that's why I gave it a need to see. But the
Yeah.
important thing is, I like the arc that's at play here. I think they did a pretty good job bringing out the emotional conflict in this trailer. And also, I think that the idea of horror superhero, that seems pretty neat. And I think especially with that emotional conflict backing it, I am pretty interested in this.
Well done. Well, we did it, man. We did it. This was a cool episode. For
We did. Yeah,
I was
we
excited.
spent a lot of time tuning up.
I know. I was kind of nervous to pitch it to Kevin, but I thought it was kind of fun to do something a little different like this. And
You make me sound like such a dick. Or
No,
you pitch
not
something and I'm like, ugh.
I was just because I was kind of like nervous about it in myself. We know I'm a cynic. So I was in the backside of my brain. I was kind of like, this might not work out as an episode, but hell, I had a good time with it.
I
So
did too.
the listeners should just like shut up and enjoy it, right?
Or the listeners should speak up and let us know if they enjoyed it. And they can do that by reaching out to us on Facebook. If you just search Trailer Hitch, you should find us there. Otherwise, if you want to tweet at us, you can find us at Trailer Hitch Pod. Otherwise, you can find us on Instagram at Trailer Hitch Podcast. You can also email us at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com if you want longer thoughts to send to us, or suggestions, or quips, or quibbles, or whatever you want.
No, those are all the contacts.
Those are all the contacts. Now, if you want to listen to us...
But there's more.
You can do that on iTunes.
Yeah.
If you just search Trailer Hitch, you can find us there. We ask that you rate and subscribe. It would be really awesome.
I mean, that's how we can spread our good word to the masses. And along with your word of mouth, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, tell your friends, tell your family. A rate and a review on iTunes is really how to spread the word the most.
Yeesh.
You know, like and subscribe, and that's a YouTube thing, probably. Like and subscribe.
Luckily, we do have a YouTube as well.
Oh, good thing. I wasn't sure.
You can find our channel at Trailer Hitch Podcast. You can find us there. You can like and subscribe at your leisure. And if you're an Android user, we remember you. We are on Stitcher as well.
That's right.
We would like to thank, by the way, Danny Schmitz from Lost in the Name for that amazing intro song you hear.
Well done.
We also would like to thank Casey Clowers for the bitching outro theme, which you will hear momentarily. First, though, we are going to thank Rachel Ashley, who does our cover art for the show.
Killer stuff, man.
Find her at Mighty Creations on Instagram. And we would also like to thank Jenny Hawks, our bad movie and social media correspondent.
Especially bad movie correspondent, because we will be having a bonus episode coming up.
Are we giving it away?
I'm giving it away. We're doing it. Why not? Because we're going to record it.
It's like we're killing Mystique on air. Let's go.
Spoiler alert. We're going to be talking about The Cult of Chucky.
Yes.
And it's a movie none of us wanted to see.
But you voted for it.
You voted for it. So here we are. Watched the movie, and we will review it for you.
For better or worse.
For better or worse, we're gonna all have a good time about it, right?
Let's hope so. Well, do we know when that's dropping? It's gonna drop.
It's a bonus episode. It might be next week. It might be within the next week or so, but that's when it'll drop. You'll have fun with it. Just stop worrying about it, okay?
We know you're not worrying about it. James is a cynic. Please forgive him. All right. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
You can't mount holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
All right, great.
Cool.
Uh-oh. Good. My fly was open.
What were you expecting tonight? Don't tell me any of this.
An easier second trip to the bathroom, apparently.